Control statements in C language. This is my topic. Definition of control statements is a set of statements which are normally executed sequentially in the order in which they appear. This happens when no options or no repetitions in order to change the order of sequence of execution according to the situation. We use control statements in C language. Control statements are classified into two types. They are decision making statements and looping statements. Decision making statements. Decision process done by condition is called decision making statements or branching control statements. There are two types of decision making statements. A. Conditional branching. B. Unconditional branching. These are two types of decision making statements. Conditional branching statements. It occurs basing on condition, then it is known as conditional branching. C supports following decision controls and branching statements. If is used execute a statement, otherwise statement will be skipped. Syntax. If condition statement or block semicolon. This is the syntax of simplif. If else. In this statement we have two block or statements. If the condition is true, then the statement block is executed, otherwise the statement 2 will be executed. Syntax. If condition statement 1 else statement 2 is executed. Nested if else. If an if else statement within another if else statement is known as nested if else. Syntax. If condition statement 1 else statement 2. If else if it is used to check multiple conditions. It is also known as ladder if. It is a chain of it statement in which each statement then else if and else if statement. If condition statement 1 else if condition 2 statement 2 so on else if condition n statement n. Switch case. Switch case is a multi-way decision statement. It is used to select a statement out of several available groups. Syntax. Switch expression. Closed flower bracket, open flower bracket, case 1, block 1, break, so on, case n. Statements. If branching takes place without checking condition, then such statements are known as unconditional statements. These are three types: break, continue, go to statements. Break. It is an unconditional statement which is used to transfer the control to the end of the loop. Is mostly used in switch, for, while, do while. Syntax. Break semicolon. Continue. It is an unconditional statement which is used to transfer the control to the beginning of the loop. When continue is used, it causes the loop to skip some statements and go to beginning of the loop. It is mostly used in while, do while. For. Syntax. Continue semicolon. Go to statements. It is an unconditional statement which is used to transfer the control to a specific label. Label is a valid identifier followed by colon. Label can be placed anywhere in the function of program. Syntax. Go to label name. Looping statements. Looping is the process of repetition of instructions. Every loop contains initial value, condition, body, and increment update statement. The C language has three types of looping or iteration statements. There are three types of looping statement. 1. While. 2. Do while. 3. For loop statements. While loop. It is an entry control loop which repeats the instruction until condition is satisfied. While loop. First it checks the condition. If it is true, then only it executes the body. Therefore, it repeats until condition follows. While 0, the condition is false. While 1, condition is true. And it enters into loop minimum 0 times if the condition is not satisfied. While 0. Syntax. Initial value while condition. And statement increment decrement. Statement X. Do while loop. It is an exit control loop statement which repeats the instruction until condition is satisfied. It is also called as bottom tested condition. Do while loop. First it executes the body, then it checks the condition. If the condition is true, again it executes the body until condition is false. This loop started with do keyword. This loop ends with while condition. It ends with semicolon. It enters into loop minimum 1 time without checking the condition. Syntax. Initial value statements, increment statement, and closed flower bracket while condition X statement X. For loop. For loop is an entry the loop for fixed number of times. For loop, first it checks the condition. If it is true, then only it executes the body. Therefore, it repeats until condition false for fixed number of times. If per loop initial value condition increment decrement is given in single statement, the initial value specifies the starting value, condition specifies the number of times the loop to be repeated, and decrement and increment satisfies the next iteration value. Syntax. For in the bracket initial value semicolon condition semicolon increment decrement open flower bracket body closed bracket. Thank you for watching.